Okay, you're listening to Lagos Talks 91.3. It is 9 minutes gone past 9 a.m. here on Lagos Talks, where the conversation never stops. And I did hint earlier, just about an hour ago, that by 9 o'clock we'll be having a conversation that would hopefully instill some level of confidence in you and I as electorates bracing up for the election this time next week, Saturday. We all will be waiting at different polling units trying to decide for Nigeria, and hopefully we make that informed decision. But we have to know a few things. A lot of doubts in the air right now regarding this whole election campaign cycle. Will your votes count? For those who have been seeing funny stories here and there, do you want to confirm a few things? How exactly do you even vote? In terms of the electoral campaign and the electoral act and all of the artillery involved, how confident are Lagosians and even Nigerians right now as we brace up to the election? We're gonna have a conversation to hopefully build trust in the electoral process 2023. So before I proceed, we're going to introduce our guests in the building, and they are the National Association of Sea Dogs, and they've been in operation since 1952, and they also have made it clear that they are in pursuit of a just and egalitarian society. We're going to have a couple of guests with us join us. But let me quickly introduce to you one of our guests who joins us via telephone. She is Mrs. Adenike Tadese, the HOD, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC, Lagos State. She joined us via telephone. Good morning to you, madam.
Good morning. And happy weekend.
Yeah, happy weekend to you too. It's good to have you on the program this morning.
My pleasure, please.
All right. So let's get straight with this right now. You have been in the game for a while, and you have been not just in the game, you've been up there when it comes to information, and we'll love to hear and get some more information about this. I think that the feeling in the air right now is a feeling of doubt amongst Nigerians and Lagosians. Many people are beginning to doubt the credibility of the election. Many people are beginning to pray earnestly that things go according to plan. But from your own perspective, how would you judge the level of confidence in our electoral process right now?
Well, thank you very much. I want to say that people should by now have confidence in INEC, because we have put every machinery in place to ensure that we have a seamless, free, fair, credible, and even all inclusive election. Because when we talk about this, we will first talk about the collection of the PVC. In Lagos State, because I always use Lagos State as an example, and that's where I work anyway. In Lagos State, because before you even talk about elections, you must talk about those people that have collected their permanent voter card. So that one is very, very key. Without that, you cannot say you want to conduct any election. So in Lagos State now, we are like I always tell our people that we have two categories of PVCs, the old ones and the new ones when we conducted the continuous voter registration exercise. And all in all, in Lagos State, from the national headquarters, we collected 7,637,402 permanent voter cards.
Collected
now? No, that we got from the national headquarters, because we don't print cards at the state level.
Okay.
So out of the figure I just gave now, as at 5th, that was the end of the collection of the PVC. As at 5th February 2023, we were able to give out 6,708,451, which is 88%. So I think that one is a pass mark. If it's not passed, I can categorically say it's a good percentage. Now, the ones we have within our custody are just percent. That is 928,951. But don't forget that out of this 928, well, those people, the old ones, the old cards, well, those people that might have transferred, those people that might have died, those people that are so many things. So those cards might still be there, not collected. So it's 8%. So aside that, those people that have collected their cards, let's talk about our beavers. The bimodal voter accreditation system. That should even give our voters that confidence because INEC this time around is being transparent enough, and it's not even business as usual. In the past elections, we used to use what we call smart card reader, and the smart card reader only will authenticate your fingerprint when you want to vote, and then you could see that there were some people, some voters that could not be authenticated, and then we were using incident form. But this time around, there is nothing like incident form, because that bimodal voter accreditation system, during the registration, the fingerprints of each voter were collected and coupled with the facial.
You're right.
So on election day this time around, if the fingerprints are not going to authenticate and verify that you are the rightful owner of that card, then your facials will go. So that will tell us that this time around, INEC is being transparent. So the beavers will authenticate and verify that you are the rightful owner. So if you bring your PVC on election day and the beavers cannot authenticate and cannot even verify, authenticate your fingerprints and verify your facials, then there is something else wrong. Okay. So if you don't forget your face at all, why not? It will work. All right. So that tells us that we are even stepped up. So our people should have that confidence.
All right. You're listening to Lagos Talks 91.3. In case you just joined in, this is the conversation, and it is the Votes Count initiative of the National Association of Sea Dogs, the Pirates Confraternity. We've been speaking right now to one of the INEC officials. She is the HOD Voter Education and Publicity, Mrs. Adenike Tadese. So let's ask some more questions right now. Beavers is seeming like the game changer. Is that what INEC is trying to tell Nigerians right now? That we will no longer have the incident forms where people who could not be authenticated will now still go ahead to vote. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. So let's quickly introduce another guest in the studio right now, because in as much as INEC is doing its job, we would also need security in place. So we have to also talk about security. Let me just hear from you right now before I introduce our guest. In terms of security, because we've been hearing news, horrible stories about INEC offices being attacked. Give us a perspective from your own end as an INEC insider.
Yes, thank you very much. We've been hearing so many ugly incidences of burning of our offices, burning of our electoral materials, and things like that. But relatively, we want to say that INEC in Lagos State is very, very peaceful, and we pray that peace will continue to reign during and even after the election. So, big as it may, we have put all things in perspective to ensure that we have a seamless election. Now, concerning the security aspect of it, we have those we call Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. So, ISET, that's the acronym. So, in Lagos State now, we have that ISET both at the national level and even at the state level, and even at the local government level as well. So now, in the state, the Honorable Resident Electoral Commissioner is the chairman of that ISET, while the Commissioner of Police is the co-chair. And we have the paramilitaries, the NDLEA, the NSCDC, Army, and all the paramilitaries are embedded in that committee. And we have been having interface with them on daily basis and constantly. Now that we want to tell them, we have fashioned out how we want to go about it. We have the flashpoints that they have already identified the flashpoints in Lagos State that might pose threats, but we are not saying it's going to pose threat anyway. So there are a series of meetings. So our people should have that confidence. When we talk about the security aspect of it, we are on top of the situation.
Interested. Mrs. Adenike Tadise, we'll come back to you shortly. Let's quickly introduce the PRO, NSCDC, Lagos State. We have him here live in the studio. Don't forget, this is brought to you and put together by our Votes Count initiative of the National Association of Sea Dogs. Let's quickly introduce to you right now Mr. Seun Aboluri. It's good to have you this morning. Welcome.
Thanks so much.
Okay, quickly. You're here in your regalia, so I presume that you're good to go with us in terms of information. The main thing now is security for the elections from the NSCDC's perspective and as a PRO, what do you have for Lagosians? What level of confidence do you think Lagosians should have as we count down to the big day? That's next week, Saturday.
Yes, the State Commandant, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Lagos State Command, who is not other person than Commandant of Corps Usman Ishaq Alfadare, FDC, MNIM, MP, has assured Lagosians, citizens living in Lagos, residents, travelers who are going to be in Lagos during this electioneering process, that they should be rest assured of safety, security of their lives and property. INEC is not going to be working in silos. INEC have staff. They also have ad hoc staff, which also include the core members. All of these stakeholders will be ensuring that we have a peaceful process during this election. I've also been assured by the amiable and erudite commandant to just relax and watch the process play out seamlessly. Like we have always had elections in Nigeria, this is not the first time, and we hope to see the election go the normal way, and everybody will go back to their normal businesses. And some of the ways that the state commandants have put efforts together in ensuring security of lives and property before, during, and after the elections is basically to engage stakeholders, work in close-knit synergetic relationships with other security agencies. Mindfully, the Nigerian police force at all levels is the lead agency during this election. And the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps is a critical stakeholder in the electioneering process, with all other security agencies put together, like the able woman that you were speaking to the other time said. The aforementioned names, yes, of the security agencies that you have heard are also working together with the INEC agency to ensure regular meetings on how to comb whatever may pose threats during these elections. And if you put all of this together, we discover that there's going to be peace during the elections and even after the elections.
Okay, you're listening to Lagos Talks 91.3, our Votes Count initiative. It's an initiative put together by the National Association of Sea Dogs. Okay, so let's quickly talk about proactive measures that security agencies are putting in place. I know that just some weeks ago, the Nigerian Army put out an emergency number, and then it got people talking. Is the Army going to be involved in this year's election?
Yes, I can speak for Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps because I'm the public relations of the Corps in Lagos State Command. So I would rather rearrange that question to what NSCDC is doing as a result of proactive measures to ensure security of lives and property before, during the election. I've talked about the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, where our state commandants and other service commanders in the state have regular meetings with the INEC agency to ensure security, safety of lives and property before, during, and after this election. Besides that, you also have the intelligence sharing and gathering, where we put out officers and men who you normally don't see in their full regalia, like you said when I came into the studio. They are in plain clothes. Okay.
They're muftis.
Yes, they're in plain clothes.
They don't want to gather information.
You don't necessarily have to even know them. Their identities don't necessarily have to be put out to the public. They gather this information while you are busy. They gather this information while you are sleeping. They work very late at night. They run shifts. Surveillance personnel have been deployed to different nooks and crannies of Lagos State to give us information in the office, so that our responders from the tactical formation and the operational formation can go ahead to do their job. And these jobs are often done, these operations are often done clinically to ensure that no life is lost, to ensure that nobody's business is also affected. Apart from the intelligence gathering, we also engage stakeholders. Don't forget that youth to be engaged in this election. A lot of youth have woken up, to their civic rights, collected PVCs and all of that. And you discover that today's world, all over the world, youth are agitated, the exorbitant factors are there. But we are there to also ensure that we engage them, not just with kinetic measures to stop them from exorbitant operations or perpetrations, which may actually lead to crimes and criminalities during the election and after the elections, depending on the divide that they have. But non-kinetic engagement, such as having fora with them, symposia, inviting them to trainings, so that they can come and learn and know what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do during and after the elections.
Okay, you're listening to Lagos Talks. This is 91.3. My name is Kola Wole. We have been speaking with a couple of guests. Initially, we were speaking with Mrs. Adenike Tadese, who is the HOD, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC, Lagos State. And then we just heard from Mr. Shun Abolumi, who is the PRO of the NSCDC here in Lagos. We're going to come back to you, Mr. Shun, but let's quickly go back to Mrs. Adenike, who I believe is still with us. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so let's talk about this issue with voting. Now, we want to know how exactly voters should thumbprint, or should I say, indeed cast their ballots on election day. Okay. First of all, when does the whole thing start? What time does the whole process start?
Yeah, thank you very much. We open our polls by 8:30 in the morning.
8:30.
But by 8, our poll officials will have been on ground trying to put things together. But at exactly 8:30, because if of election, that will be on Friday, they must have been at their rack center, registration area centers. They will sleep overnight. They even have refresher course. So now for them to check out as early as possible. So by 8, they will be there. But by 8:30, poll will open to the voter. And that one will be between 8:30 and 2:30. And that is not to say that those people that are on the queue by that time will not be attended to. But by 2:30, no voter will be allowed to join the queue. But as many as are on the line, we are going to attend to them. So when a voter is coming on election day, you have to come with your PVC. That is your permanent voter card. Because if you don't have that PVC, you don't have any business doing at the polling unit on election day. So don't even bother coming out. But once you are an eligible voter with your PVC that you have registered, you have collected your PVC, come out with that card on election day. So when you get there, we have our poll officials, we have the presiding officer, and we have 3 other assistant presiding officers will be there. So they will check your card, your PVC, to ensure that you are at the right polling unit to vote on that election day. So once that one is being ascertained that you are there at the right center, your PVC now, they'll check your name on the register. If your name is on the register, then your PVC now will be accredited with the visa, just like I said the other time, the bimodal voter accreditation system. So if your fingerprints are not going, definitely your official will go. So now, when you are being authenticated, you will be, ink will be put on your cortical, indelible ink will be put on your cortical that you have been accredited. Now, you'll be issued with ballot paper.
Okay.
So when you get that ballot paper, the presiding officer, the poll clerk, will fold it for you the way, because we know now that 18 political parties are going to fight for the presidential, while in Lagos State for governorship we have 16 political parties that are contesting for the governorship election. So now the paper will be the ballot paper, the poll clerk will fold it for you the way that is supposed to be folded, so that it will, when you cast your vote, it will not smear, it will not your vote will not be destroyed. So now, when you are given that, you proceed to the cubicle. That is a cubicle that has been put there for you with the stamp pad that you will use to vote. Now, let me tell our eligible voter, when you are going to vote, be very, very careful not to vote within the lines, because a logo of a party will be at the side. In front of it, you have a box that you can print
beside the logo.
Yes, beside the logo. So now you can print right inside that box, facing that party you are printing for. You can even print directly on that logo.
Okay, madam, let me ask a question. Are we using the thumb or your index finger?
You can use your thumb, you can use your index. What we are after is that we want to see that ink where you have put it. Do you understand?
Okay.
So, if you know, there are some people that will have very big thumbs. So, if you know your thumb is very, very big, that can smear to another, so it's better you use the other one.
Okay.
So now, if you can thumbprint directly on the logo, but you should not thumbprint more than one party. If you go to party like party A, party B, that means you have wasted your ballot. You have wasted.
Okay, let me get that part clear now. You said we can thumbprint on top of the logo, in addition to thumbprinting beside the logo. Okay.
On the logo directly or the box in front.
What if somebody thumbprints? Now we are listening to this. Now, what if someone thumbprints on the logo and beside the logo?
It's still the same party, right?
The same party.
That is not double. Yes, it's still the same party. In as much as you have not thumbprinted on another party, once you have, if you do twice, now I want to vote for party A. I thumbprinted on party A, and I still went ahead to thumbprint on party D, meaning you have voted for two parties. So you will not be able to decide
that's void.
which party exactly you have voted for. So that one is a void vote. So we should try and guide against that.
What else could mean? What else could constitute a void vote apart from thumbprinting on
another thing that can constitute is that if you have not even voted at all, so you have some that will collect the ballot paper, go inside the cubicle and come back like that without even thumbprinting for any party. So there's no way we can count that as any vote. So that means you have wasted your vote. So you have to be guided in casting your ballot. So immediately you do that, you now come back where the ballot box is being placed in the figure of everybody. You drop your, and let me tell our people as well, we have always been saying this. You can come to the polling unit with your phone or any device, but immediately you have been issued with your ballot paper. You don't have that right to go inside the cubicle with your phone. And you might want to ask me why that.
Okay, why?
We are doing that to ensure that, because in the past elections, we have seen that people will, after thumbprinting, voting, they will snap and give to whoever that will give them money. So it's a way of stopping vote buying and vote trading from our own end.
So you cannot take your phone into the cubicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Please let's guide against that. Because the presiding officer will even sit all day while at the beginning of the poll, he will tell you the do's and don'ts. So now, having done that, you can either stay 300 meters away from the polling unit if you know you are not going to constitute any nuisance, or you can go home. Now we have what we call another game changer. We have what we call IRES, INEC Result Viewing Portal. So that immediately after a poll has been concluded in a polling unit, we will upload the result on IRES for everybody to see. After putting it on our ECAC, that is the result sheet that will now be transferred to IRES. You snap and transfer to IRES. But before you will be able to view that IRES, you must have registered. You must have created an account for yourself. And how do you create an account? So you have to log into HTTPS.
HTTPS. Okay.
HTTPS. Colon. 2 slashes.
Okay.
Front slashes.
All right.
INEC election results. There must be an S there.
INEC election results.
.ng.
Come again with that URL again.
HTTPS colon 2 front slashes.
Okay.
INEC election results.
Results with the S.
Yes.
Results.
Don't take it to the right side.
Okay. INEC election results.
.ng. So you'll be able to create an account for yourself. It will give you the difference in this house. So once you have that, you have that privilege of the the result of each polling unit as we proceed with the election on the election day.
Okay,
so I want to implore people, just try and avail yourself that opportunity of creating an account. So even if you don't want to stay, you can go home and be monitoring the way the election is going on. So that is to show how transparent INEC is. And that is why we are still telling our people that INEC will always continue to instill that confidence in our voters.
Right.
That this time around, your vote will count.
Okay. All right. You're listening to Lagos Talks 91.3, and we also have the PRO of the NSCDC Lagos State here in the studio of Lagos Talks 91.3. If you have questions that you'd love for me to push across to lady and gentleman here, please feel free to forward them to me. You can call the studio line 0809 234 5913 0809 234 5913. You can also send WhatsApp messages to that number. Don't forget 0809 234 5913. This one says, good morning, Anchor. Kindly ask the madam from INEC what the voter confidence should be in the aspect of election results transmission. Do we have assurance that the actual results will be transmitted without compromise? Madam, did you get that?
Yes, I just said it with that IRS. Now, on election day, it's not going to be INEC officials that will be there. Like the security officials, the party agents too, they will be there of each party. So I don't think they want to compromise their stand. Everybody, all hands must be on deck. Ensure that you monitor your votes. And even voters, like I said, if you want to go to stay, just stay 300 meters away. So everybody, we are into it together. INEC cannot do it already.
Okay.
If you see anything, any malpractice, please call the attention of the security officials to this. And immediately let me tell us this, because it is very, very paramount and very important to know where your polling unit is before election day. Because there are some voters that we have migrated, no, not too far from where they've been voting before. Do you understand now? So for you to know where you are going to vote on election day, you can go to all our various polling units. We have tested the register of voters there
beforehand.
You can even do that online. You can do that online before election day. We don't want you to wait till election day and you now be finding it very difficult for you to vote. So if you want to do it online, you can visit www.cvr.inecnigeria.org.
www.cvr.inecnigeria.
All in small caps. .org. /VVS. VVS. Or you can use voters inecnigeria.org. Or you can 3 stages. You can as well do that via SMS.
With the number you use for registration, right?
Which number? No. I said via SMS. If you want to do it via SMS, you text your name.
Okay.
The name of your state. If you register in Lagos State now, for example, you put Lagos State. Your last name. My last name is Tadeshi. So you put that last name and the last 6 digits of your voter identification number. You have it on your PVC. So when you put that, you now text it to 0906
0906
28 30 860
again
0906
0906 28 30
860 or 0906 283 0861.
Okay.
So immediately you do that, it will bring out your polling unit. So you don't have any problem.
Okay.
Seamless. Go there on election day and cast your ballot.
All right. You're listening to Lagos Talks. This is the conversation on Lagos Talks 91.3. My name is Kola Wale. We've been speaking with an INEC official She is Mrs. Adenike Tadishe, HOD, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC, Lagos State. And we also have Mr. Seun Aboluri, who is the PRO of the NSCDC here in Lagos. I mean, Mr. Seun, she mentioned something about not taking phones into the polling booth when you actually vote, because you're trying to militate, avoid vote buying. I don't know what your perspective is to this, and what steps the NSCDC will be taking to ensure that this is complied to. Compliance is quite important in all of this.
Yes, as an agency of government, we are saddled with the strict responsibility to ensure compliance of all rules and regulations guiding the electoral process. Like the Electoral Act is clear. And with all the developments, the rules and regulations guiding electoral process have also been shared with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and all other agencies involved in the electioneering process. And they have been trained at the INEC level, at the security level. All our personnel across the state have been trained, even extending to other commands of the Federation. And we are duty bound to ensure timeliness during election, to ensure that we escort electoral materials to the various polling units after elections, also escort them to the collation centers, and also secure collation centers, INEC offices, ensure that there's no breakdown of law and order, ensure that critical national assets and infrastructure before, during, and after this election, which criminals or perpetrators of evil oftentimes want to take advantage of, like you can see the arsoning and destruction of infrastructural facilities going on presently.
I was going to ask about that. Perhaps you have some brainstorm sessions
which
about
we are also doing everything possible
that,
to ensure that it does not happen within our own space. So all of these rules and regulations are there for us to make sure that it's being complied by Nigerians, citizens, and every registered voter will be in the process.
Okay.
So you can be rest assured that we'll do everything possible within the confines of the law to ensure that our people do what is right.
We're going to take calls right now, so feel free to call in and ask your questions. We're going to take calls as much as possible. We need to wrap this up before 10 o'clock. You're listening to Lagos Talks 91.3. Numbers to call 0809 234 5913. 0809 234 5913. Females can call 0809 191 3913. We have a caller on the line. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, is this Lagos Talks?
Yeah, you're listening to Lagos Talks.
Okay. My name is Simon Ugwi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Simon, calling from where?
Question.
Calling from where, please?
I'm calling from Lagos State. Lagos, Ikoton precisely.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, may I ask, in a case where a PVC card holder, being a female, and on our card, as regards gender, what you stated there is male. And during the course of accreditation, it is discovered. Will that person be accredited or asked to go home, not to vote?
Okay. Would that be all?
Thank you. Yeah, that will be all for now.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Mr. Adenike, do you want to take that up?
Well, this by Mr. Simon is asking whether a voter, if you are your picture, if on your while you were giving your data during registration, if you had told us that you are a man, definitely your picture will be shown as a man. So there is no way you will say you are a man and you are having a female picture, because your picture must be in tandem with your name. So I don't understand.
No,
that.
I think it's trying to say that on the PVC now. You know, there's an indicator if you're male or female, F or M. So in a case where on accreditation day it is found out that it is F. There's a mix-up there. Instead of F, there's M there, or otherwise.
Once your face matches with what we have
your
on
face,
your PVC, there is no problem about that, irrespective of whether F or, because there might be a mistake along the line, and that was what we were asking our people to come out when we were doing preliminary display of register of voters. You will have come out to say that my name is not correct, I am a male, you put F, things like that. But in as much as you are out with your PVC and we can match it with your face on election day, I don't think there's any problem about that.
Okay,
all right.
Okay, we have another question here, and I think it also goes back to you, saying, good morning, Mr. Caller. Please, I want to find out if someone's, if a voter can be issued another ballot paper if the person makes a mistake with the first ballot paper.
No, there's nothing of such. A voter to a ballot paper. Once you miss it, then that's all. So that's why we are telling you that this, you have to be very careful in casting your ballot. So once you have been issued with a ballot, we cannot give you another one.
Oh, let's take another call quickly. Good morning.
Good morning. Is that Lagos Talk?
This is Lagos Talks. Welcome.
Oh, sorry, wrong number, please.
Oh, goodness. 0809-234-5913 is the number to call. 0809-234-5913 is the number to call. We have another message here coming in on WhatsApp. It says, good morning, Kola Wale. My question is about what happened in Osun State where there was what is called overvoting. How can we avoid this in the coming election? Honor from Lekki is asking this question. Is that ABC?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
When we are talking about this Osun election, I won't want to say anything about it because the case is in court. INEC has already appealed. So once we have a case in court, we don't talk about that. So what I know and I want to tell our people is that the number of accredited voters with our visas must tally with the number of vote cast in the polling unit. So if we have, like, if 50 people were accredited in a polling unit, and the votes after being we have cast our vote and we are counting, we have 51. That is overvoting. And ordinarily, the result of such unit should be cancelled. So, but for Osun election, I would not want to say anything about it, not until we have the outcome of the court. So that's it.
Okay, let's take some more questions now. Good morning. Call us back 0809-234-5913. You must know that we're doing this, and we're happy to do this because this is you getting to be more confident in the electoral process. And the National Association of Sea Dogs are the ones putting this entire conversation together. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Lagos Talks. What's your name?
My name is Adejink. I'm calling from Ajawa.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank the INEC officials for this justification. And of course, I am very pleased with this voters awareness that they are giving. But my concern is, and this greatest threat to our elections, which is this intimidation and snatching of ballot boxes. In the past, we've had all these assurances and reassurances, but at the end of the day, we still find out that these things still happen. What are they doing in terms of security? I could hear the security man, the NSPC man,
Mr. Shion
every assurance I would like to have on that. I mean, voting day. But still at that, I would be so disappointed if at the end of the day, all these assurances I've had, that we have had, and these things still happen.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Shion, I mean, you've said this before, but maybe you should reiterate this for those who are just tuning in at this time.
Yes, we are there to serve the people. We are there to serve the public, and especially with the forthcoming 2023 general elections. Like we have said before now, that the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Lagos State Command is not working in silos. We're also working, with other security agencies, having the Nigerian Police Force as the lead agency during this electioneering process, with other paramilitary agencies working together with us. Like I said, the state commandant of the NSCDC in Lagos, commandant of Corps Usman Ishaq Alfadari, is also meeting other service commanders at the strategic level in relationship with INEC to ensure that they carve out modalities, methodologies to ensure that lives and property are saved and secured during these elections and after the elections. We need to live our normal life, and we have also said proactive measures, both kinetic and non-kinetic measures, have been put together. Our men will be massively deployed, electoral materials will be secured, INEC facilities will be secured. As we speak, the NSCDC operative are also deployed already to INEC facilities in Lagos, in Yaba, in Sule. You can verify all of this information. The state commandant of course, Maishak Afadai, FDC hits the ground running immediately as he resumed as the state commandant of the Corps in Lagos. And looking at the election, the state of the nation, you discover that with all this synergetic relationship that we have put together, everything will be calm and we have our lives to live after the election. Intelligence gathering is going on, intelligence sharing is going on, our numbers are on the line. You can always reach the PRO, you can reach the disaster management unit.
Do you want to quickly give us the number?
All of these bordering issues in our minds can also be solved, and we need to tell the public during elections.
Is the number available for the
my
public?
number is available during elections. 08163597310. You can reach us during elections. You must be rest assured that one of the things that you need also as citizens, as voters, is to be friendly with security agencies. We are your friends. We are close to you. We are in the grassroots. We are in your communities. We engage community leaders, religious leaders, youth, women, children, female, gender, and all other stakeholders in the nation. In the nation.
All right.
So let's work together. It's our nation. We don't have any other nation to run to. Nigeria must still remain Nigeria. Nigeria must be greater after election. So we are together.
All right. We're going to take your number slowly again, but you just heard the voice of Mr. Shion Abolori, PRO NSCDC, Lagos State, and we've been speaking as well with Mrs. Adenike Tadishe, the HOD Voter Education and Publicity, INEC, Lagos State. And you should also know that this is an awareness put together by the National Association of Sea Dogs. Let's quickly take one call as we begin to wrap up the conversation this morning. 0809-234-5913. A message here says, "Good morning, caller. Please help me ask the guests, why is it that more polling units are being cancelled in the south than in the north? What is INEC doing to make sure that those people that are that their polling units are being cancelled don't get disenfranchised?" Okay. I don't know if you've heard about this, madam.
Yes. Well, we are talking about polling. Nationwide, we have 240 polling units being cancelled. Those are polling units having 0 voters. 0. That means nobody registered. So it's not as if we are going to disenfranchise anybody. Do you understand? So we don't have any voter in that polling unit. That's the meaning of it. So in Lagos, we have just 2. So now we are not going to disenfranchise anybody. Everybody, in as much as you are a registered voter, you will be allowed to vote. So 0 polling units, we don't have any problem with that. That meaning those units were not populated. Nobody registered in that polling unit. So there's no cause for alarm about that.
Okay, we need to begin to wrap up the conversation quickly. Madam, we want to know, is there a number where Nigerians can get across to, just in case they have any thing to report regarding the elections?
Yes, we have in Lagos State, we have this office line. In fact, it's supposed to be 3, but we have one that is functional now. The remaining 2 by tomorrow will start to work. So we have 081 45 41 94 83.
Can you come again with that number?
081 454 194 83. And you can also reach us on our social media handles.
Okay.
INEC Lagos State. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. So on the Instagram and Twitter, you can reach us at INEC Lagos.
At INEC Lagos.
INEC Lagos. So we have
Is it Lagos State or Lagos?
Just Lagos.
Okay. INEC Lagos.
Sign of at
Okay.
INEC. INEC Lagos.
Okay. Okay.
You can reach us there. And our Facebook page is also at INEC Lagos HQ. That one, the HQ will be capital.
Oh, okay. Okay.
HQ at INEC Lagos HQ. So you can reach us there.
All right, madam. We've really gotten a lot of information from you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Adenike Tadishe, HOD, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC, Lagos State. Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
All right, let's now wrap it up with Mr. Seun Abolori, PRO, NSCDC, Lagos State. You mentioned the number. Are there other numbers that Lagosians and Nigerians can have access to, just in case they have reports?
Yeah, we are developing a situation room with other NGOs. When we have such, we will also let the public know. I already have your contact. I will also push it out on the social media. Having said that, permit me to also let Lagosians know that we appreciate their patience with the policy of government in place right now concerning the currency swap, and we also want to crave their indulgence to continue to remain calm and patient until everything normalizes. Violence is not the way to go. Lagos is known for calmness. Lagos is a state of excellence. You need to also ask yourself, why is it that in Lagos State over the few weeks ago there have not been any form of brouhaha, imbroglio, in the state, even with the challenges people are passing through to ensure that they get new notes and the rest of that. It also boils down to the proactive measures that the security agencies are put in place, the DSS, the police, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the military services in the states and other paramilitary agencies. We did something recently, we call it the show of force, where all the security agencies came out together to patrol around and let people know that we are here to secure you. You don't have to be intimidated, and because of that you don't also have to take laws into your hands. There are channels that are professionally out there that you can put out all of these your grievances and they will be corrected, and the feedback will go to the necessary relevant government agency. Please let the calm, let this election be done, let it go, and let Nigeria have its peace, peace for it.
Thank you, Mr. Seun. That's about it. We need to wrap up. We have friends from the National Association of Seeders. We have just 1 minute for us to get to know them just briefly, and they've been the one on this sole campaign of our Votes Count initiative. Quickly.
Okay, good morning. Thank you very much, moderator. My name is Otomi Diemirai, the second vice president of National Association of Sea Dogs, Pirate Coffer 23, Alimosho Agege chapter.
All right, thank you.
We are representing the whole of Lagos, and I want to thank our speaker, our guest speaker, Mrs. Adenike, for the explicit job done to re-emphasize and show confidence to Nigerians that INEC is properly ready. We also want to thank Mr. Seun Abolori for telling us that security will be adequate, that people should come out and vote. So we, as National Association of Sea Dogs, we do this all over the country to assure that voters come out to vote, so that we'll have a better Nigeria and a better society. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much for stopping by, gentlemen. And Mr. Seun Abolori, thank you so much. And we wish you all the best as you do your job next week, Saturday.